Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mississippi Beverages. Mississippi Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mississippi Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mississippi Beverages at 601 271 2420, or you can find them online.
Imagine being denied an apartment because of housing discrimination.
It's so wrong.
But who has the power to stop this?
You do. The law is on your side. If you've been discriminated against because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status, file a complaint with HUD. Fair housing is your right.
Use it.
Visit HUD.gov/fairhousing, a public service message from HUD and the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Welcome back to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. We are experiencing some technical difficulties in the building with the fire alarm going off, but I can ensure that we have nothing to worry about, so don't mind that. Now let's jump into the news. In USM campus news, USM School of Construction and Design has started a partnership with Itawamba Community College by creating a 2+2 program that will enable students to earn a Bachelor of Science in Construction Management. This partnership allows Itawamba students to join USM after receiving their associate degree in applied science. The 4 semesters at USM can be completed fully online or in person at the Hattiesburg campus. Dr. Imre Barakatar is the professor and director of the School of Construction and Design at USM. He said that in addition to making a smoother transfer process, scholarships will be designed to support transfer students. This is a great opportunity for students to prepare for employment in the construction industry. It opens the door for careers as estimators, planners, project managers, layout specialists, or other construction opportunities. If you're looking for a live entertainment next week, stop by the Theater and Dance Building. The Office of Diversity and Inclusion will be hosting the play Annie and Emmett on February 27th at 6:30 p.m. There will be a reception before the event at 5:30 p.m. in the Thad Cochran Center, room 218A. The play portrays a conversation between 2 of history's iconic civil rights figures, Anne Frank and Emmett Till. This production will be a history lesson about the importance of tolerance, compassion, and justice, all acted out on stage. Don't miss the opportunity to witness this historical masterpiece. In Hattiesburg news, a family will host a Stop the Violence rally in honor of a 6-year-old gun violence victim. Almost 2 years after Jakari Silas was shot and killed in Hattiesburg, his family will hold a rally on Saturday to bring awareness to gun violence. Silas, his sister, and 1 other person was shot in 2022. The case remains unsolved to this day. The community wants people to remember the victims and to speak up when gun violence happens. The rally will be held in Ebenezer Missionary Baptist Church in the back parking lot at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Everyone is invited to come. There will be music, dancing, and free health screenings. Those who are putting the rally together say that they hope this event will remind people that their actions impact everyone. In Mississippi news, a Mississippi grand jury decided not to indict former NFL player Jarrell Powey months after he was arrested on a kidnapping charge in 2023. It was announced on Monday that a grand jury decided to issue an indictment to send Powell to trial. Police said Powey and another person were arrested at a bank in Ridgeland after a man alleged he had been taken against his will in Laurel. Powey played defensive tackle for the University of Mississippi from 2008 to 2010. The Kansas City Chiefs selected Powey in the 6th round of the 2011 NFL Draft. He also played for the Texas Texans in 2014. In international news, a woman has been arrested for the 2005 death of a newborn baby who was found in Phoenix International Airport trash can. On Tuesday, Phoenix authorities announced that the infant's mother, Annie Anderson, was arrested in Washington state. DNA research helped investigators crack down this case. Baby Skylar was found dead, wrapped in newspaper in a plastic bag in the women's restroom of the Phoenix Sky Harbor International Airport. Anderson is now facing a first-degree murder charge. That's your news update from Southern Miss Today. Next, we'll have the latest in sports and weather. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online. Recognition for your business or product. Appreciation from a dedicated audience. And establishing yourself as a caring member of the Hattiesburg community are only a few of the benefits of sponsoring programming on WUSM. In addition, our very cost-effective underwriting rates are tax deductible. To learn more about the upsides of underwriting programming on WUSM, call 601-266-4287.
Welcome back with our action-packed sports segment. Let's dive into the latest scores, highlights, and sports. Put your jerseys on because it's game time. USM's baseball team will be traveling to play against New Orleans. The game will start at 6:30 p.m. The women's baseball team will compete February 22nd at 5 p.m. against the University of Louisiana Monroe. Come on down to Frank Egwig Coliseum in Louisiana to show your support. The men's basketball team will play against South Alabama in Hattiesburg at 7 p.m. We look forward to beach volleyball playing against Florida Gulf Coast February 23rd at 9 a.m., followed by softball playing against Southern Indiana at 12:30 p.m. Locations are still underway, so head to southernmiss.com to keep up with our Golden Eagle sports activities. Lastly, women's golf won their game against Georgia State. Congratulations, and we wish the best of luck to all of our Golden Eagle athletes. As for your weather today, it's currently 68 degrees. We have a high of 74 and a low of 42. Temperatures are expected to rise to the low 70s between 12:30 p.m. and 4 p.m. before cooling back down tonight. This sunny afternoon is the perfect time to enjoy the outdoors. Up next, we have Mississippi Moments produced by the Center of Oral History and Cultural Heritage. Check it out.
This is Mississippi Moments, produced by the Center for Oral History and Cultural Heritage at the University of Southern Mississippi, and supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. I'm Bill Ellison. Stanley Giesbrecht of Brooksville is a member of the Church of God in Christ Mennonite. He explains the difference between Holdeman Mennonites and other Mennonites.
It's a Church of God in Christ Mennonite, often referred to as Holdeman Mennonites. The name goes back to a man named John Holdeman. John Holdeman was a member of the General Conference Mennonites. He was grieved with the deterioration in the faith and practices of that church. That would have been in about shortly after the Civil War. And he began to work to reform the practices of that church. And it became clear to him that a general reformation was not going to occur in his church. John withdrew himself from membership in the General Conference Church, began to worship with a number of others that shared his beliefs and convictions. There was an immigration of Russian Mennonites to the United States about that same time, and when he began to preach to them, something of what he was telling them struck a chord in their hearts. Many of those people accepted his teaching, his preaching, and they joined together with him.
To hear more, visit MississippiMoments.org or just like us on Facebook. Mississippi Moments is supported by the Mississippi Humanities Council. The humanities are for everyone.
That was your Mississippi Moment for today. Coming up, we have the pleasure of hearing from Mr. Jeremy Compton. So stick with us while we hear a message from one of our sponsors.
Sponsorship for Southern Miss Today comes from Mr. Sippy Beverages. Mr. Sippy Beverages provides water, water coolers, and coffee service throughout South Mississippi. Take half of your weight in pounds. That's how many ounces of water you need a day. Mr. Sippy Beverages can help you reach that goal by delivering fresh water to your door. To get more information or to set up a cooler and water delivery, you can call Mr. Sippy Beverages at 601-271-2420, or you can find them online.
You may not realize how important 3 letters can be. For a patient who needs type A, B, or O blood, these letters can mean life, but there simply aren't enough people giving blood. Without more donors, hospitals may not have the blood needed to save lives. That's why the American Red Cross needs people to help restore the A's, B's, and O's that are depleting each day. You are the missing type patients need. Visit redcrossblood.org/missing types or call 1-800-RED-CROSS to make your donation appointment today.
Welcome back. We have a special guest with us today. He is the Director of Conversation, Education, and Wildlife at the Hattiesburg Zoo. Please give a warm Golden Eagle welcome to Mr. Jeremy Compton.
Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for coming today. How are you doing?
I am so pumped to be here. I've been here in a while, and I'm just excited to talk about this event. It's my favorite event of the year that we have, and it involves some great friends of mine from 2 LARPing organizations.
That's awesome. We're so happy to have you here. So I heard that there's a Renaissance Festival happening at the Hattiesburg Zoo. I know that a lot of students may not know what that is, but they have probably heard about the Renaissance era in school. Can you tell us where the idea of the Renaissance Festival originates?
So with us at the zoo, it originates just from a couple of us going out into the community and going to Renaissance festivals. And then we took that information, we were like, how can we make this child-friendly? Because while you can go to these Renaissance festivals and have a great time with your kid, our target audience is going to be children 5 to 12 years old and parents that bring them, right? So we were like, okay, we can't have kids throwing axes. That's probably not going to be the best thing for them to do here at the zoo. So we tried finding some other ways to incorporate it. So we looked at candle making, butter making, things that kids can participate in, they can learn about, and be able to do it in a very safe way. The time period that this comes from allows us centuries to pull from. So we just pull a little bit from all the different ones. We have clothing that is going to be there. Our staff will all be in clothing, so you can take pictures with our staff. You can come in period clothing yourself. You don't have to come dressed up as a prince or princess if you don't want to. You can come as a knight. You can come as whatever might float your fancy. I have tons of outfits at home. I'll probably be rotating out throughout the days just because I never get to wear these out in public. And this is the one time a year I get to do whatever I want to with my outfits. But yeah, so we've taken it, we've made it very kid-friendly, and at the same time, it's fun for the adults because we have mead. There's going to be mead tasting there if you want to get into some mead tasting. It's the only place I've found we can really go and have a lot of options to pull from. There's going to be turkey legs that are roasted over an open fire, which this is the first year we've actually done the open fire portion, so I am just mouth-watering already between that, getting a glass of mead, which I'll have to do off the clock, but it will be delicious nonetheless. So yes, we've got tons of different activities. Love to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
That sounds great. So you said mead tasting. Can you go into a little bit more about what that is?
So mead is a type of honey wine, and so it's going to be very sweet. So if you like sweet drinks, if you like a Moscato or something about that sweetness, maybe a little bit more sweet depending on the type, you can definitely get that there. I don't know how many flavors we're going to have. That's the food and beverage department. But I do know we're going to have several to where you can get a flight of mead to try all different types.
That sounds really good.
It is.
After researching a little, I found that the Renaissance Festival usually marks the beginning of the spring season. When will the Renaissance Festival happen this year?
So it's happening February 24th and 25th. So that's this Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And it happens right before our spring break. So we have spring break at the zoo March 9th through the 17th. So this gives us 2-week break period for our staff to really get into gear, get excited to start back up into our busiest time of the year. This event is what kicks off our nonstop, just busy, going. And it's where we all get reinvigorated because we'll have thousands of people at the zoo who are so excited to be there. You've got kids who are screaming out of excitement. You've got parents who are just in awe over the animals you've got. It's the best time to really just get that energy flowing through the zoo of this positive nature that we like to foster.
Wow, this sounds like a really fun event for, honestly, everyone involved. Is there a schedule that someone would need to follow if someone wants to be a knight?
So there is, and actually whenever you get there the day of, we have a series of quests for you to fulfill. So you'll get a nice little piece of paper. It's got some quests on there. It's got the little time of events as well. And that way you can see whatever fits your schedule. You can go there, have whether it's the actors, the LARPers, the crafters, have them sign off on you. And then whenever you come to me to get knighted in front of the Queen and by one of our knights of the Hattiesburg Zoo, you'll get a nice little crown afterwards. I know.
That's great. We're fortunate to have access to the Renaissance Festival locally. Is there a cost to participate?
Yeah, so it's $8 for children and then $10 for adults.
Okay.
and it is well worth the money for sure. We add on a ton of activities for people to participate in.
So it's not too much. How exactly would the animals be involved?
So we will have themed enrichment. So enrichment is going to be things that we give the animals to change up their day-to-day routine. We want to challenge them to express their natural behaviors and to experience some differences. So it could be everything from painted boxes that we hide their food into that they get to destroy, or some of them get to destroy, some of them sit there and are like, what is this? How do I open this? And then they spend most of the day trying to figure that out. We'll have streamers out there that some of them will take down and play with. Lots of different toys for the animals to have in their exhibits. We'll also have animals roaming around. So our keepers, some of our education staff will be walking around with some animals as well, so people can get a up-close experience.
Is there anything where people can feed the animals or ride them?
So we don't have any animals that they can ride. We do have animals they can feed. We have our petting zoo with the sheep and goats. They're more than welcome to go over there. With so many people, I don't think we want 3,000 people feeding our goats and sheep. That might be a little excessive. But you can definitely step into there. You can pet the animals, have a great time that way. And we have the wallaby walkabout as well that you can walk in. The wallabies might come up to you. Our emu probably definitely is going to come up to you to get some affection, and then the pigs as well. We have Kevin and Lindsay, the pigs, and they love to sit out in the sun, sometimes right in the middle of the path, right where you're trying to walk, which is adorable, inconvenient, and precious all at the same time.
Are people allowed to take pictures to capture all this?
Oh, absolutely. We highly recommend people take pictures, especially since it's going to be such great weather. We're looking at in the 70s and sunny. So that means that our animals are all going to be out there. The giraffe will be out, which everyone's favorite animal right now, except for me. Mine's a tarantula. We have a rose-haired tarantula named Legs. She's my favorite animal, I will say. But the giraffe are absolutely fantastic. It's great. People get to see them from Hardy Street, but the fact that you can get up so close to them with the glass wall that we have is really fantastic.
Giraffes have always been my favorite animal.
That's awesome.
So I'm definitely going to want to come see them.
Please do. And we still have our baby hyena as well, who is just running around, causing chaos, just everything you would think a child of a hyena would do. Destructive, adorable, terrifying, all of it in the same package. Very small package.
If someone wanted to quest for knighthood, what kind of skills would they need?
So actually, they wouldn't need that many skills. They just have to go and learn some skills. So they would look at some of our Shakespearean performances. Maybe they can pick up a couple words that they're saying, right? Or see some of the actors doing what they do, get inspired. They can go learn how to make butter, learn about from our apothecarian, so how they use natural items to heal, so on and so forth. We'll have butter making. And then there's the fighting arena, where you get a sword, a foam sword, but it's a sword, and you practice your skills going over there and fighting with two LARPing groups that we have, Aftermath and Sereneth. They'll be sponsoring that area, and it is the most fun. And I will say, as somebody who's worked that area myself, you get sweaty after about 30 minutes, and you've got to do it for 6 hours if you're working it. So these volunteers put in the work, and the kids have the best time running around and hitting the grown adults and learning how to properly swing a sword. You can only teach a 5-year-old how to swing a sword so properly, but they give it their all, and we love that for them.
Yes, that sounds like some really good exercise.
It really is. I sleep really well Sunday night after this event is over, that's for sure.
I bet. If someone has annual passes, can they be used to enter the festival?
So they can be used to enter the festival, and it is one of the few events we have to where there's going to be no extra cost other than the train and carousel for the annual pass holders. So they will have to buy train and carousel if you want those, but admission is 100% included.
Is there anything else that the Renaissance Festival contains?
Besides a sense of just awe when it comes to how many people get involved from the community. They come out there, and everyone from little girls to grown men participate in some way, shape, or form. We'll have a couple of vendors that are out there as well. We're going to have some other activities that we're not listing on there just as surprises throughout the day, so I don't want to ruin the surprise. But we've got a couple couple in store here that I'm excited to try out this year and see if we can incorporate them full time for next year. But yeah, come out here, see our animals, see our wonderful staff, play with the LARPers, learn how to make butter from just heavy whipping cream, and have a great time. Enjoy your inner kid when you come out here to us. That's what we're here for. And hopefully you'll learn a little bit about conservation along the way as well.
Is there any Renaissance Festival merchandise, like t-shirts that someone can get?
So I don't think they're doing t-shirts this year, but I do know they'll have some themed gift items that can be purchased. So that is going to be Demetri Kelly and Patience Lee, our guest services team, who are absolutely incredible. And every year they change up what they're getting to reflect what it is that the guests want. So they're really great at their job. I'm very lucky to work alongside of them.
That's great. Has there been a specific outfit that someone wore to the festival that you just saw and said, this is awesome, we should have a contest?
Thank you for asking this question. Yes, there's been a couple of them. So for adults, we don't allow full masks, right? You can't have full face masks, but you can wear full suits of armor. We've seen those at the zoo. Full armor, just, no mask. We have seen ladies coming in that have the big bell gowns. I cannot think of what they are called right now, but the very large ones that poof out about 2 feet on either side. And they just walk through the zoo, and it's magical seeing them do this. We've had people who come out there who had homemade outfits that they've made that just completely blow my mind. So, yes, there's been tons of them. I cannot name them all, but I can tell you every year we all have a couple that we're like, this made our event even better than we could have made it just by them showing up. So thank you to everybody who dresses up. It means a lot to us.
That's really fun. Is there any, I know that when I go to the zoo, I love to see albino alligators for some reason because they're just so rare. Is there any going to be there?
So we don't have any albino alligators. We do have, we have 3 baby alligators who are right next to the train. And if you can't see them, check on the top of the waterfall. That's where they like to hide out the most, and it's a nice little hiding place for them. We also have Pearl and Jacques. So Pearl is our female alligator who is a little more than 6 feet long, and then Jacques is over 13 feet long.
Wow.
And over 700 pounds. So he weighs more than a grand piano does. So while they are not albino, they are very impressive all the same, that is for sure.
Is there a specific animal that you love the most or that people tend to just gravitate towards too?
So for me, it's Legs, the rose-haired tarantula. I just adore her. I love getting people to overcome their fear of tarantulas. Now, granted, I am in my 30s and I still run screaming when a cockroach flies at me, so I understand it's not going to be the same for everybody. But I do like working with them, showing them the importance of these animals. And the fact that the females can live 15 to 20 years in this species of tarantula, while males live like 1 to 3. It's crazy. 3 to 5. And then for other people, the biggest ones I've heard people get excited about are the capybaras. So ever since Encanto came out, capybaras have been very popular amongst the children. They love seeing them. And our capybaras, we have 3 boys, and they are just like you hear. They get along with the tapir, the alpacas, the ducks. They get along with everybody who's over there. And then, of course, Bunya, our newest tiger. He is majestic. He is spoiled, but he is still a tiger, right? He's still a wild creature, so you might get lucky enough to see a training session at some point during the Renaissance Festival, because we do train lots of our animals. And something that I think people don't realize that I get excited bragging about my staff with is some of our animals are tiger, jaguar especially. She's been trained up for years. She can take shots. She can do a blood draw all voluntarily. And so we don't have to go in there with her because that's dangerous. We can do it through the fence. She comes up, she lines up right next to the fence. Our keepers are trained on how to do this. They keep up her training method. It's incredible. Our staff works so hard, and they get incredible results from that.
That's great.
It is.
Are people able to touch the animals, or some of them?
So some of them for sure. Like we'll have the Wallaby Walkabout open, the petting zoo, and then our staff, keepers and education, will be walking around with animals for people to see up close. And while you'll be able to touch all those animals, there'll be some animals you can touch for sure.
Is there a way anyone can contact you about the festival?
Sure. So if they want to call us, they can call us at 601-545-4576. If they'd like to email me directly, Some questions about the festival, they can email me at jcumpton, that's JCUMPTON @hattiesburg.org.
We appreciate you coming today.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you so
me.
much. Coming up, we've got a community calendar. Hey Golden Eagles, my name is Kennedy Drake and I'm here with the Community Calendar where we gather information from around campus and within the community near you in Hattiesburg. The theater department will be performing The Seagull or How to Eat It by Gab Reisman on February 23rd at 7:30 p.m. in Gilbert F. Hartwig Theater. There are several other showtimes if you cannot attend this one. Visit the website on screen for more information. Prepare to groove to the beat of the City of Hattiesburg Big Band. Stop by on February 24th at Marsh Auditorium at 3 p.m. for an afternoon brimming with the rich, soulful melodies of jazz. Don't let the chance slip by to indulge in timeless classics and contemporary favorites delivered by a group of skilled musicians. Join the Noon Book Club on February 28th at 12 p.m. on the second floor of the Library of Hattiesburg. The club will discuss Remarkably Bright Creatures, a charming, witty, and compulsively readable exploration of friendship, reckoning, and hope. Copies of this month's book are available at the library circulation desk. New members are always welcomed and snacks will be provided. For any questions, email the group leader with the email provided on screen. An adult spelling bee will take place February 29th at 7 p.m. in Sajner Theater. This is the perfect event to learn new words to enhance vocabulary, witness excellent public speaking skills, and observe how spelling professionals thrive under pressure. Get your tickets at the website www.allevents.in. If you have an event you would like for us to promote, send it to sm2news@usm.edu. This is just one way we thank our community for watching Southern Miss TV and supporting us here at Southern Miss Student Media Center. Visit our website, sm2media.com, to keep up with all of our news. Signing out, I'm Kennedy Drake, and this has been your Community Calendar. Stay blessed. Thank you for listening to Southern Miss Today on Southern Miss Radio. Thanks to our audio engineer, Justin Ware, and our live stream producer, Cullen Rogers, for keeping this bird flying. Big shout out to our assistant producer, Anna Lee Johnson, executive producer, Oharia Dia, program director, Shania Williams, and our general manager, Dr. Martin. That wraps up our show for Southern Miss Today. Thank you for tuning in, and remember, soar high to the sky and fly, eagle fly. I'm your host, Kennedy Drake, signing off for now.